Good morning, everybody. What is going on? I need an audio check to make sure you guys can hear me. I don't care if you can see me. Not much to see with this ugly mug, but an audio check I do need because I don't know if it's working or not. It didn't work as planned this morning, but we still got it up. Good morning, Cap Nation Live. Not back at the office, but on the road. What's going on, everybody? Oh, look at that. I even got a live chat window. Mr. Grover, you hear me? Fantastic. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll find out later today. Manuel, good morning. Jesus, good morning. Joey, good morning. Nick, good morning. Tar Heel Tim, good morning. Mr. Grover, good morning. Does it need to be lower, louder, just about right? Crazy. I got all the settings loaded up just like normal, and it was like, hey, we're missing these files. They should be there, but they're not. And for some reason, the only file that's on this laptop is the clown video. So the countdown, the song with the countdown, no sound effects, but all the commercials, the GA video, none of that is actually in here. So I was like, oh, damn. But nonetheless, we figure out how to get live going. Tasha Jones, good morning. Love the clown. Yeah, we got the clown. I'm afraid it'll shut down the feed, man. My MacBook is just like, you could hear the fan rolling. Start the TikTok live feed here. Start the TikTok live feed. I'm just glad it's working. Tariel Tim says soccer game of the week money. Yeah, we definitely cashed with the soccer game of the week. That was nice. That was easy. Little plus money action yesterday. Plus $1.15. Winning 3-0 quick. Jesus sent me a text and said 1-0. This is going to be an easy winner. And then just a couple minutes later, he's like 3-0. And I was like, what do you mean 3-0? I'm like, I just looked. It said 1-0. And sure enough, I go back and hit the refresh button one more time, and it was 3-0. Les, good morning. Good morning. Just trying to get everything up that I need between two iPads and my MacBook. Should be good. And my phone. Logging into everything if I can. We'll deal with whatever we can get. Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, Michelle, on TikTok. Nick says, 2-pick parlay, soccer game of the week, and the system play paid money. Yes. I remember you said that you were doing that yesterday. It was definitely good. Soccer game today. If you're on the soccer package, that should be a nice winner today. By the way, premium plays are posted. My personal plays are posted. I think FCs are posted. No system plays today. This is when system plays get boring, when there are none because they won. I mean, it's always a great thing, but it's okay. We'll have system plays tomorrow. Whole new set of them starting tomorrow, so you get a day break of all of betting for our system play members. Jesus says early MLB, thank God. You know what I need? I need coffee. I have not left the hotel room yet, and I was going to go for a run, but decided not to. I woke up all hacking up a lung. Whole different weather change. Taro Tim, let me check. I'll tell you right now what time the noon Eastern. Sorry, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific is when you got to be on board by. K1 Bets jumped on personal plays again. Let's Cash. Thank you. Glad to have you on board, as well as everybody. Know a lot of people. Christina, thanks for jumping on board. Hey, Jesus as well. Jesus, quadruple dipping today. Got the soccer package as well as premium plays, my personal plays, and FCs. Jesus, quadruple dipping today. Brent, new member, welcome on board. I see you got the Guaranteed Play Week package, the Big Play Week package. That'll be starting tomorrow with my Game of the Week. By the way, my Game of the Week is tomorrow, and it will be on the website today. Robert, good morning, sir. Anthony getting on board the Guaranteed Play Week package again. Glad to have you back on board, Anthony, for another week of the big Guaranteed Plays. Kayla, glad to have you on board for my personal plays, as well as Who Dat Bob and Anthony, double dipping as well. It was definitely a fun day yesterday. If you were on my personal plays, you got a nice big 2-0. Would have been 3-0, but the Braves got canceled or postponed. Gonna have a monster day today. We get NFL, we get college football. Football's back. What kind of will win on Saturday? Yeah, Saturday's gonna be a fun day too. Saturday's gonna be a big day. God. I'm glad I'm not on the road on Saturday. I'm glad I'll be back at home and be in the office on Saturday, because Saturday is going to be a very hectic but fun day. From just our regular plays and premium plays to my personal plays to Guaranteed Saturday. The FC Group's college football game of the month is on Saturday. UFC Saturday, which means the Max Fight Pick and the Max Fight Pick Parlay. It's going to be a fun Saturday. Oh, big weekend. Tony Smith says, easy money. Good morning, Tony. Average Card Collector, good morning. Everybody tuning in on TikTok, good morning. Tap that little screen on TikTok, YouTube. Hit the thumbs up. I'm actually afraid if we do a giveaway, you guys might shut down my laptop. We're going to find out probably. Not going to be live for too long this morning, so we'll jump in it here shortly. Jesus, you get tickets to the Rutgers game tomorrow? Nice. Jesus, Kyle, the $10 a day package deal is fucking great. Please don't take that away. I'm trying not to. That's definitely not me if it does. I like it. I like it. It opens us up to, and you're not a small bettor, but it opens us up to being able to be used and utilized by smaller bettors. So I like it. Sign in to chat. I thought I am signed in. Let's see if it works. There we go. It does let me chat. Jesus dropping the Cap Nation Brinks truck. Heck yeah. That's going to be a good day today. Love it. Love the football games. We get 2 football games. We get the NFL. I'm not overly excited for. Should be a good game though. Meaning money-making game. for watching purposes, I'm just not overly thrilled. Same thing with college today. Jono, good morning. Can Army stop Temple? Jesus, what do I like for the no sweat bet? I'm going to show you guys what so I'm in California. So I actually stopped. I rented. So let me tell you my experience. Rented a Tesla. We got a yellow warning up here. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see what it says in the software. Error. YouTube is not responding. Pretty sure you guys are hearing me. So, you guys all good to go? Feed on YouTube all good to go? I'm assuming it is, even though it says that it's not responding. You lost me. I know TikTok's working. That's easy. Alright, let's see. Just drop the feed. I was afraid that was going to happen. Alright, am I back? You guys got me? It says that you guys got me now. I don't have a live chat, but it says you guys got me now. What's up, TikTok? Thank you, Michelle. I'm back. Yeah, it's weird. I'm glad I saw it. I don't know what happened. It said, sign into chat. So I pressed a button and then it just, on the software, it switched to yellow and gave me a warning saying I wasn't connected. What do you mean I'm not connected? We were just fucking chit-chatting. All right, so we're back. If that happens or continues to happen, I'll just stream from an iPad or my phone, one of the two. That way it's less bandwidth than I'm sure the software pulls so much. So funny experience. Where I'm at is normally like a 6-hour drive, 6.5 hour drive. And so I have the truck, I have a Corvette, and the hernias, I was like, you know what, I'm going to rent a car. Rent a car, it's a little more comfortable. And I'm like, I've been debating a Tesla. So I rent a Tesla. Granted, it's not a long-range Tesla, but I do my research, and it says you can go like 240 miles on a charge. So I was like, all right, well, I can make it to, I'll top it off at State Line, and then I can make it to where I'm going. So I get this Tesla, and it takes me like 15 minutes to figure out between Google and YouTube how to get that bitch into fucking gear. Didn't know, I had the key card, but, I didn't know you had to swipe by the dash in order for it to unlock it so that you could drive it away. And I had too much pride to go back into the rental office and be like, hey, ask that kid, hey, how do you get this fucker into gear? So get it into gear, go home, pack. I'm on the road. It normally takes me 6.5 hours to get to where I'm staying. And so I'm in my hometown. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be there by 7. I've got dinner plans with a friend of mine. She's excited. I'm excited. Haven't seen her in a while. Went to high school. And I'm on the road like 20 minutes, and it's like, I'm on autopilot. This shit's driving itself. I get a strike for autopilot driving because it recognized that I was on FaceTime. My daughter was like, does it really drive itself? I'm like, yeah, look. So I FaceTimed her. And then I'm like 20 minutes in my drive, and it's like, take an exit, exit here. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean? I'm not even out of town yet. And it's having me stop to charge. Are you fucking kidding me? So I stopped to charge for 15 minutes, and it was already at 80%. I was like, 80%? That means I should be able to go like at least a state line. So I stop. It takes 20 minutes. It pops up a little thing. It says, you've got enough charge to your next destination. Okay, start fucking driving. And now it wants me to stop like another hour into the trip. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And I do the math, and I'm like, screw that. I'm not stopping in Quartzsite. I'm going to Blythe. I'm going to State Line. Like, this is ridiculous. And it's not showing any superchargers in State Line. So I was like, I know there is. They're right there where the Pilot gas station is. There's a Wendy's, a Cinnabon, like the truck stop. They've got the big superchargers. I know. I've seen them. So then whatever. I make it there. It's got like 29% left. I'm like, why did it want me to stop like fucking 30 minutes ago? And when I literally could have made it here. And so I fill up. I charge there. Go in, get some snacks, some road snacks, and start making my merry way. Now it's like I'm in Palm Springs, like right before Palm Springs, I'm in Indio, and it's like, exit in 2 miles, exit here, and I'm like, no, I just stopped like 50 minutes ago. And so I push it to the limit, and I'm like, screw this, I'm going to the outlets in Cabazon. So there's an Indian casino and all the outlet stores. I mean, I logged on. I mean, I looked. It said I could do like 90 miles, and these things are like 56 miles away. So I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm just on autopilot. It's just cruising doing 80. I got like one finger on the wheel, so it registers that I'm there. Sometimes it's just the pressure from my knee. And, I'm making sure it doesn't... I'm wearing sunglasses, so it doesn't register my eyes not being up on the road. And I'm got my phone down low, and I'm, playing on my phone. And then it like starts sounding this alarm, and it was like, slow down under 64 miles per hour to reach the next charging station. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. So needless to say, I made it to the charging station with 1%. Well, when I plugged in, it dropped to 0%. But it said I had like 2.1 miles to spare when I finally figured out how to switch from percentage to mileage. That thing took an hour to charge to 94%, which got me to the hotel, which I think I'm at like 19% or something around there, and I got to charge before I leave for the next leg of my trip. So what normally takes 6.5 hours took 9. Never again. I mean, the autopilot was fun. But from all my California people, Manuel, it literally took me 9 hours to go from Phoenix to Santa Clarita. Like, worst case scenario with traffic, that's like 6.5. And like, it took me so long, I didn't hit any traffic. None. Not one bit coming through LA. Well, San Bernardino or whatever it is. Not even Ontario. Rancho Cucamonga. Fucking just straight ridiculous. I mean, I'm dreading having to charge it before I leave. How many times am I going to have to stop on the next leg of my journey? Luckily, the next journey is only a couple hours. All right, so, here I am. I'm refreshed. Didn't get much sleep because, didn't get to go out for Mexican food last night. But nonetheless, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll. We got football. I mean, it's going to be a good day today. Where do we want to start? We got early baseball. We're not going to be live for too long today. So if you're on TikTok, smash that screen. Dempsey says, Kamara for Bajan. No, I wouldn't. But yeah. I mean, the thought of getting a Tesla and that thing driving me around is fantastic. But not if I gotta stop 1, 2, 3 times or 4 times. Fuck, my Corvette would have made it almost here on one tank. I would have stopped in Rancho Cucamonga just to top off because there was an in and out at the gas station. Yeah, gas. My new Corvette, I mean, if I'm not doing 90, that thing gets like 80 miles an hour, or not 80, 30 miles an hour, 30 miles per gallon anyways. Early action baseball today. Brewers, Pirates going at it in 2 hours. It's a little weird. Like, I got to go back to bet online betting, but I did make wagers. Oh, I know. So overall, the story. I stopped at State Line and made a bunch of wagers on FanDuel before I crossed into California because I've made that mistake before because I always forget. As soon as you get here, it doesn't work. So Jesus asked the question, what am I going to use my no risk, no sweat bet on? And your boy took screenshots. So I should be able to get those on the screen. Just sending them to the MacBook. You know what I did watch? I did watch a lot of Bryson DeChambeau yesterday on YouTube while the car drove me. So I got caught up on his Break 50 with Donald Trump and his Break 50 with Bob Does Sports. I don't know if you guys watch their channel at all, but that was a lot of fun watching that. Fucking hernias are killing me this morning. All right. Right. It's sending 2 screenshots. And when we talk about the NFL, I will get these up there. You don't have the patience to deal with yeah. It was definitely a cool experience. The whole driving me, autopilot thing was pretty damn cool. Uh-oh, airdrop failed. Let's try again. That was kind of cool. Oh, it didn't fail. It sent it 3 times now. So, I mean, I could definitely get used to it driving if you got a long distance on the freeway. That thing just, I think I could have closed my eyes and took a nap, but I don't trust it. With my luck, there'd be a fucking steel ladder or an aluminum ladder right there in the highway, and it would plow it and not notice it. I would say car. Somebody on TikTok asked golf or car. Speaking of fantasy, I guess I should check my fantasy lineups before I don't have a chance to later. Manuel, what town are you in? Are you in Fresno? I don't think I have anybody playing today anyways. Sunday, oh, I do. Forgot I got CeeDee Lamb on my team. Everybody else is Sunday. Sunday, Monday. I'm that one team. One team's good to go. Eric, any college football info on the game, or any info on the college football game tonight? There will be. There definitely will be. We'll get there in a minute. We will get there in a minute. Here's a question for the chat. Do I start Sammy Darnold or Aaron Rodgers this weekend? There you go, Jesus. I picked up Aaron Rodgers on waivers this weekend, or this week. Darnold or Rodgers against that Denver defense. Nick says, I'll still drive my 85 Chevy short bed, no sensors, all engine, where I can fix it on the side of the road if need be. Right? There is definitely something to say about no sensors and being able to fix whatever you need right there. Eric's is definitely Aaron Rodgers. All right. Here's a question. Tampa Bay's defense, who I have, which everybody's dropping, but I could pick up either Houston or Tennessee this week. Suggestions? Greg Engel says, "Here's one for you guys that need help." Eric says, "How about two good games, no run in the first inning?" Not about two. It's hard enough to pick one, especially with the way baseball is in its current state until playoffs come. There's a lot of teams where they've got nothing to play for. A lot of teams that are playing spoiler. A lot of teams have to win. A lot of teams where there's normally no run in the first. They're swinging a little aggressive because they're in a must-win, dire situation. So they're swinging at more first pitches, hoping to connect. Brewers and the Pirates. Savali against Keller. I personally don't have a thing on it, but I mean, if I was betting it, it would be Brewers. But again, I don't have anything on it, and that's just because of no reason to bet it today. No reason to bet that game today because you don't know what you're going to get. Look at Houston, for example. Yesterday, Bregman got 2 at-bats, and then they pulled him, right? They're already in. They already clinched division. They're in. Players are going to come out. They might get a couple at-bats, and then they'll use that expanded roster to their advantage. Charlie Baez, Mr. Grover. Thanks, guys, for getting on board Premium Plays today. Glad to have both of you guys back on board. There still definitely are a lot of baseball games that are worth betting. On TikTok, Singletary. Make sure you hit that follow button. Ooh, Greg Engel, that's a tough one. Maybe Jennings, the way he's been getting looks. Royals, Nationals, still worthy of betting. Tampa Bay and the Tigers, still worthy of betting. The Angels and the White Sox, they let us down yesterday in that over. I thought we were going to get that. So many chances in yesterday's game to hit that over that we bet. In the Angels and White Sox game, where they have like 17 hits in that game. Like, unreal yesterday. Unreal in that game yesterday. How many hits and base runners reached base, and we got 7 runs out of them. In extra innings at that. I mean, there's only 6 going in. They got 1. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. Only 1 in extra innings. White Sox won 4-3. Yeah, 17 hits. How many walks? No fucking way. The Angels walked 3. The White Sox walked 9. That's 12 plus the 17 hits. 29 batters reached at least first base. And they got 7 runs. That's got to be a record. That's got to be a near record for base runners reaching base for the least amount of runs. 29. "17 combined hits, 12 combined walks." Holy shit. I mean, each team's got 27 outs. In yesterday's game, it was 30. That's an insane stat right there. Wow. I'm glad I wasn't watching that game. I would have been pissed that we lost that wager. I don't know if you guys looked at the updated wild card standings, but the Orioles still alive to clinch the to win the division. They're still fighting. The Yanks have not clinched it yet. They're a win away. Red Sox eliminated. Sorry, Jesus. The Mariners and the Twins are still fighting. They still have a fight left. 2.5 games back, finding themselves are the Mariners. 2 games back are the Twins. In Lake Flynn are the Royals and the Tigers, as well as Baltimore, who's got a lead that they're not. Baltimore's in, obviously. They already clinched, but the Tigers and the Royals trying to clinch. And some great matchups. But yeah, Tigers, Royals, Twins, Mariners all have something great to play for. That coveted wild card spot. Tampa Bay and the Tigers today. Early action game. Orioles and the Yanks. That would be a hell of a comeback for the division if somehow the Orioles were able to come back and steal it. But they have to win out the rest of the season, and they need the Yanks to continue to lose out. Jesus says KC gets the last spot. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be hard for the Mariners and the Twins to get in. Being 2 and 2.5 games back with four to play. I mean, it's not that hard for them to make them up, but it's definitely gonna be hard. Yeah, but Jesus, who gets the other spot? With a Monday doubleheader between the Mets and the Braves. And to be honest, that doubleheader may not even be necessary on Monday if the Braves don't keep winning over the weekend. Ethan says, do I think the Braves get in? I hope they do. Obviously, I'm a lifelong Braves fan, huge Braves fan. I got a brick in SunTrust Park that says #1 Braves fan, KJ, when they built it, and they offered that when they built the new park. They're a game back, right? So, as long as they stay neck and neck with the Mets over the weekend, and they're going to have a fighting chance. And they get the Brewers, which is good and bad. Brewers is a quality team, but the Brewers already clinched their division. I don't know how much effort they're going to put into it. I think the Brewers look at it as who do we want to play in the playoffs? You want to play the Mets eventually, or do you want to play the Braves? So if they want to play the Braves, maybe the manager makes changes and certain players get time off and there's not that much effort put in. Or if they want to face the Braves, maybe they make sure that they beat the Brewers so those last 2 games matter. Down 1 game. If the Braves lost 2 and the Mets won all 3, Braves would still have a chance to tie them, and the Braves would, if the Braves win one more of their matchup, they would own the tiebreaker. So, long as the Braves don't get swept, they have a fighting chance. As long as the Brewers win a game of the 3-game series, then no, we're gonna need the Mets to lose somewhere along the lines because we've got 2 games against them. We have to match them basically. The Braves have to match what the Mets do against the Phillies. I mean, against the Brewers, excuse me. And then beat them in a doubleheader. If they were to match them game for game. If we went 3-0 and the Mets go 3-0, then we'd have to beat them in the 2 doubleheader games. Hold on 1 second, guys. Alex, well, this is different. Are you locked up next to Diddy? No, I got a hotel room. I got a view. I got a view. I'm in SoCal. I'm not far from you, Alex. So yeah, to answer your question, the Braves definitely have a chance. If they lose a game against the Royals, and the Mets sweep out, I think we're screwed. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully the Mets lose all 3 games against the Brewers. Cam, thank you for the follow. Yeah, we got him in game 1. All right, let's jump into it because I'm not going to be live for too long. Not going to be live for too long today, so let's jump into it. As far as baseball goes, other than what's on our we've got one for on our premium play and one on a personal on my personal play card. The only other game that I like, I'd have to say, and I don't like betting on them, and I'm not going to, but I mean I do like it, as I like the Marlins on the run line plus 1.5, because they get to play spoiler. Twins trying to get in, and here the Marlins just keep beating them up, and they get to try and play spoiler yet again, and keep the Twins out. They beat them 2 days ago. Twins came back and beat them 8-3 yesterday, but I like that pitching matchup. Belozo against Festa. Marlins on the road plus 1.5. I'm not betting it. I don't advise to bet it, but it's, other than what's on my my personal plays today for all clients, it's not a big baseball day. Not for me. We're definitely going to be very selective over the next 4 days and pick and choose. You like Yankees too? Ronaldo's Arizona team total and the over was a smash. Absolutely. Yes. And they've got a big, Arizona's got a big matchup this weekend against, we get the Padres in town. That might be a fun game to go to. Depending on where we're at in the wild card standings, maybe I'll go to a game. All right, moving to college. Let's take a look at college. College is going to be an interesting matchup today. That's NFL. We'll get there in a minute. We're not going to be live for too much longer, guys. I got to charge the Tesla before I start my journey. And I'm just going to touch on some key points. Let me see if I can even log back into FanDuel, even though it's going to tell me I've got a location error, but I'll at least be able to log in. All right. Temple. The Temple Owls 1-3 on the year. Most recently, losing to Utah State. The question is, who haven't they lost to and who have they beat? They beat Utah State. They're just coming off starting the year 0-3. They did beat Utah State last weekend, last Saturday. Very short week from them to go from Saturday. At least they're not traveling. They get to stay at home, but very short week after a Saturday game against Utah State to a Thursday night matchup against Army, hard-hitting Army. They won last week 45-29. Before that, they lost to Coastal Carolina 28-20. They lost to Navy 38-11, which is not the normal Navy team that we're used to seeing. And Oklahoma stuck it to them 51-3 in the beginning of the season. The tale of two teams right here. Then there's Army. Then there's Army, 3-0 on the year. Opened up the year with a win over Florida Atlantic, beating them 24-7. Then they beat up Rice 37-14. They opened up against Lehigh, beating them 42-7. Then they had Florida Atlantic, and then Rice, who they just beat 37-14. And here they are again. They're traveling on a very short week from playing on Saturday morning to a Thursday road matchup. Should be a fun game, that's for sure. Should be a fun game. But one thing that is for certain is Army generally jumps out to a slow start in that first quarter, and then they pack it on in the second quarter. Get you in the third, and then they slow down in the fourth. Seems to always be the case. It's just the way that they play. It's the way they're set up to play. Temple last week against Utah State. That game had no points in the first quarter. The total on the game was 53.5, and they went over it with a total of 74. Why? Because the first quarter was slow, and they only had 7 points scored in the third quarter. So, Temple and Utah State last week, they had 7 points combined for the first and third quarters. They had 38 points combined in the second quarter. 29 in the fourth, where Temple poured it on them and outscored them 21-8 of the 29 points. Both teams usually start out a little slow, but then they will pick it up in that second quarter. Let me see if I can log back in, because I'm going to give you guys something that I like, and then we'll move on to the NFL. Log in here. It lets me log in, but it's going to give me my geographical error. Verifying location. Here it comes. Sports betting isn't allowed where you're located. Gotta love it. Dismiss. All right. Army's still laying 12.5 on the road. Total is actually up. Total has gone up 1.5 from last night. It was up from 46 to 47.5. And I suspect that total is going to continue to rise. But one thing that I like, dismiss, is giving me my error. The second quarter total. And I didn't get to bet this before I left the state. unfortunately. But I'll probably log on to Bet Online and see if I can get it there, just so I can bet it. The second quarter total, not the first, the second is 13.5. Over. Over. So let me put that in there. And I know some of you that have local bookies won't be able to bet that, so that one's probably not for everybody, but if you have the ability to bet it, I would bet it. Should be in the comment section right there. But I do like that one. Lean towards the over in the first half, but knowing how they start out slow in the first quarter, I think we definitely see well over 14 points in the second quarter, though. All right. Cowgirls and the Giants. Just kidding, Cowboys fans. Cowboys and the Giants. Cowboys and the Giants. It's funny. I just got a text message. All right. Cowboys and the Giants, what to expect in this one. Why am I putting the phone down? Let's get the live odds back from FanDuel so we can go over this one. I'm going to have some screenshots. I did bet my no sweat same game parlay before I left the state. I made sure I did not miss out on that one. Let's see here. NFL should be 5.5 still. Jesus says Jones interception, Dak 2 TDs, Cowboys defense to score a touchdown. Line still 5.5. Giants catching 5.5. The Cowboys laying 5.5. Total over and under 45.5. Total there hasn't moved at all. Ferguson to get a touchdown is plus 210. He was a hot target last week. Tolbert plus 380. Dak to run one in at plus 500. The Dallas defense to score is plus 550. A sleeper with Turpin at plus 650, but CD Lamb minus 135, Neighbors plus 120, Singletary plus 125. I have zero hope in Ezekiel Elliott doing anything. Jesus says, I feel like the line should be Cowboys laying 10. It's based off how they've been playing and a road game against, the Giants who are coming off. The Giants are feeling great about themselves. You know that. The Giants are feeling great after their big win last week and stopping the comeback by the Browns as well. So Giants feeling great. So I'm sure that plays into the line only being 5.5. Timothy Brewer, thanks for jumping on board. I see you got the week of soccer, and then with the guaranteed play, you'll get next week's guaranteed soccer game of the week. Les, glad to have you back on board for my personal plays. John Moreno, glad to have you on board for premium plays as well as everybody else that has signed up. Going to be another monster day today. Some receiving props that I like. The Wandale Robinson over 36.5. That stood out to me. CeeDee Lamb, that his total was lower. It was 76.5. Then it went to 79.5. Now it's 80.5. Definitely getting up there on the limit side. Singletary, who had I think 4 grabs last week, his total is at 15.5. You'd have to imagine that if he gets 4 catches, he's going to break 16 yards this week. I would imagine. Braden Cooks is over 35.5. Player total receptions. Let's see here. Oop, clicked on the wrong thing. Wrong side swipe there. Wandale Robinson to have 4+ is minus 174. You got to lay the juice with it, but I think it cashes. BL, thank you for the follow on TikTok. By the way, if you're watching on TikTok, we're streaming on YouTube. We've got our badass live interactive chat on YouTube, just so you guys know. So if TikTok, you're wondering who the hell I'm talking to, I'm talking to everybody on YouTube. Tarl Tim says, let's go soccer. Don't like soccer, but I like making money. I'm the same way. I hate soccer. I mean, it's fun when they're scoring and you're winning, and you're just dominating time of possession like 70-30. Then it's fantastic. But other than that, yeah, I'm not a soccer fan, but I like making money too. All right, let me see if I can get this bet on the screen. Without it, it may not let me because it's so slow and so jammed up. Oh my, hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. I probably got to close all these other windows out. Nope, not yet. We're trying, folks. Oh, maybe. Hold on. No, not yet. It's just like the one yesterday, except for this one might be a little slower. But nonetheless, I'll read them to you. I'll show them from my phone what I bet. That way we can go over that same game. And by the way, there is a daily free play video out on what we're betting on this one. All right, so there was 2 things available on FanDuel. There was a 50% profit boost, and then there was the no sweat token. Colin, do I give fantasy advice? If you've got a fantasy question, we'll go over it, but we primarily deal with the other stuff. This is what I used my no sweat token on. And let me see if let me try again. Hold on. I should have tried loading them before we went live. Oh, create new. Create new what? Let's see if it'll do it. But what I did for the no sweat token is I took 3 touchdown props for today and used my no sweat token on it, and it bumped it to a plus, or not, didn't bump it, but it's a plus 706. I took CeeDee Lamb, Devin Singletary, and Malik Neighbors, which has a max of $200. So 200 is a total payout of $16.13 and 29 cents. I'll show you guys in a second TikTok as well. If somebody could type those into the chat for me, it would be greatly appreciated. Man, it sure let me create a new camera input, but won't let me upload a screenshot. The Real BA just put it in TikTok for me. Thank you. Somebody in YouTube can put that in anytime. There you go. Thanks, Jesus. That's a plus 706. Hold on, you guys are under a light, so might have to. There we go. Oh. I did that one. See, I'm gonna keep trying to see if I can get them up on the screen on. Oh, look at that! Boom! I'm bigger. No, lets me create a new scene. Somebody should be there now. If you send an email, Tim, send an email to cd@cappersdirect.com. Somebody will answer it. Jay will answer it. If not, I'll take a look when I am when I'm done. But if you send in an email, it'll get looked at quick. Neighbors coming out party, right? I like them. So that was the no sweat token. Now the 50% profit boost. This is what I used. It's not a big payout. It boosted it from a plus 217 to a plus 324. Remember, we did this last week, and we cashed where I took ones that had a little less risk, and they didn't pay out as much. Maybe we don't get a massive payday, but a max bet of 200 cashes me 849, including my money back. So I'm gonna win almost $650. And what I took was, if you guys want to take note of this, because for some reason it's not letting me update, and it's letting me add it, but it's not letting me add a picture. But here's what I took, and I'll type it in the chat as we go. It's a 5-leg same game parlay. With 50% profit boost. We took Malik Neighbors, 4+ receptions. Wandale Robinson, 3+ receptions. Singletary, 2+ receptions. CeeDee Lamb to have 50+ receiving yards. And then the final one is Singletary to have 40+ rush yards. Raul, thank you for the follow. It was a turn to 217. It turned a plus 217 into a boost of a plus 324 with the boost. On TikTok, do I think CeeDee Lamb gets 2+ touchdowns? I think anything's possible today. I think there'll be some great opportunities. As long as he catches it going into the end zone, doesn't drop it. And while we're still live for a few minutes, I'm going to still see if I can get it on the screen. And so I bet 200 on that one, and it pays back 849.92. There's the screenshot. I can never get it to focus on the iPad. By the way, TikTokers, good news. TikTok is providing us with a streaming key through the agency that we're with now. So that way, when I get back in the office, hopefully this weekend, I'll have it set up. You guys will have a vertical version of what we have on YouTube. And then when we post tickets and stuff on the screen or the sound effects or our commercials, you'll be able to have the same stream that YouTube has. So it should be the same setup as YouTube moving forward. I don't know if I'll have it set up and implemented before the weekend. I'm going to try, assuming I get it. They said it takes 1 to 2 days to get, which should, and that was yesterday morning. So we should get the streaming key today or tomorrow. And then I got to figure it out. But we will. And then obviously, as far as what we're taking on the side on this game, if you haven't watched the daily free play video, there is a free play on this game between the Cowboys and the Giants. In our daily free play video. Do I think Denver beats the Jets? No, I don't think they beat the Jets. Do I think they cover? 7.5. I think they have a letdown game. They're traveling. They had a great, they smashed Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay played like crap, though. Seven and a half still a lot of points, no matter where you are. But the way that the Jets played last week, no, I don't think so. If we get the same Jets as last week, no, I think the Jets defense can stop them. All right. Well, at least I know when I use this software to upload screenshots before we go live. I wouldn't say it was all Denver's defense that kept them at bay. I'd say that Tampa Bay wasn't firing on all cylinders. Kyle, the only thing that I gave out on the the college game was the second. I like the set, and not everybody could probably get this. But the second quarter total, both teams usually start out slow and then pour it on in the second quarter. The second quarter total's 13.5, so I gave out the over in this just the second quarter to the people that can bet it. Bucks, as Jesus said on our YouTube chat, Rodgers 9 days off, Jets at home. Jets are getting Mosley back as well. And the Bucks had injuries, which they did. Karen says, on my way to Oakland to see the last game at the Coliseum. Any thoughts on the A's versus Texas game today? Enjoy the game. Take a seat home with you. There's zero playoff implications, so there's zero reason to bet that game. Unless you're just doing something for fun. Maybe a home run prop. The A's hit home runs. That's what I would do. I'd bet a home run prop, and that'd probably be about it. I'd wait to see who's in the lineup. And I know they've got an afternoon game today. So lineups might be out. I don't see them yet. Rocker for the Rangers is pitching. He's got 7 innings under his belt. 28.2 for JT Ginn for the A's. So I'd steer clear of it. Maybe bet some. The A's are great home run hitters. Would be about all I'd bet. Any favorite baseball games that I like? There's very selective on baseball between now and Sunday, just because of teams having nothing to play for. But I mean, I've got one that's on my personal play card. And by the way, if you guys aren't on, you can get on. Remember that $10 a day for all my personal plays, or $10 a day for premium plays. Here's how it looks. There's one early premium play. There's a total of 3 plus 2 NFL prop bets. So 3 regular plays. Greg, thank you. Enjoy. I'm getting ready to get off the live anyways, Greg. Have a great day. There's 3 regular bets. There's a college and NBA a month away, by the way. There's college football, Major League Baseball, and an NFL play. And then there's 2 props in the NFL game on the premium play card, which you can get for $10. Personal plays. Basically the same thing. Not the same plays, but basically the same setup. I put out 2 props in the NFL. I've got a play on the NFL. There's a college football play and then a different baseball game. That is how it looks today. And I have a semi-early one, a little early, but I mean, if you miss the early baseball, it's all right. You'll still go 4-0. The props that I put out, we're cashing them all. It's going to be a great day today. Going to be a great day today. If you're not on board, get on board. By the way, my guaranteed game of the week, Dante, thanks for jumping on board. I see you're double dipping on premium plays and NFC groups. Aaron Gore, glad to have you back on board for my personal plays, as well as Pedro Martinez. Glad to have you back on board, sir. Glad to have everybody back on board. My guaranteed game of the week is tomorrow. I know they sent out an email, and some people thought it was today. It's not. It says on there that it's on Friday. If you read a little bit lower, the cutoff Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It is one of the college football plays tomorrow. Is my game of the week. It will be posted today. It'll be posted today when I get done with what I got to go do later on this evening. It'll be posted on the website. So, fun day planned today. Massive day tomorrow. Sunday's going to be unreal. Sunday's going to be unreal. It's going to be fun. So we're getting hot at the right time. Personal plays went 2-0 yesterday. And Jesus says I'm sweeping the board today, so I think so. I only put out plays that I'm betting personally, so you guys know you'll never get shit that I'm not betting. But I do have to run because I still got to drive like normally 2.5 hours, but with fucking charging a car, I don't know. So need to start my journey. But it's not letting me get those screenshots up. But everything's in the comment section, as well as showed them, so you guys can hit the rewind button and pause it and snag it that way if you need to. Thank you, Jesus. All right, guys, I'm gonna good luck with the Tesla. Yeah, fuck. I'm not looking forward to having to go home. All right, guys, I gotta run. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you guys all live tomorrow. I don't know what time. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on. I don't know what time we're gonna be live tomorrow. We will be live tomorrow. We'll either be live same time like we did today. It's just gonna depend on my travel schedule. We'll send out an email, or I'll put out a little YouTube short letting you guys know. But we'll either be live at our normal time, noon Eastern, or if I got to go live at 10 again, we'll go live early just so we can get it done.